going to try to continue that last video I've done today. This is 1st of January, and this is 2015. And wonder what's going to happen on this in this year. I'm 76 years old. It would be nice to have a day of rest, I guess, and know that my children are okay, and get to go home and know that my country's okay. But I put all this up about my kidnapping and about writing a medical malpractice book, and it involved mind control. And this is 76 to 80, and about April Fool Day, I had antifreeze put in me, and I thought it was because of the book. But later in 83, when the doctor congressman I wrote about was one of them, Larry McDonald, when his plane went down, April 31st of 83, it was the KAL that was shot down from Juneau, Alaska to Seoul, South Korea. And that's part of the way you can make a plane go down. It looked like the KAL veered into Russian airspace. And it did, but the pilot or controller can make that happen unintentionally. If they're hypnotized, they don't even know they're doing it. So what I wanted to, if I start giving background, I don't say what I intend to say today. I was kidnapped, I found out in 83. I was flown to Flint during the campaign, and he had been shot in Lawrenceville, and I was doing the book in Marietta, Georgia. And I'm looking at something here on TV. Well, there's no sense in getting into anything. But anyway, Flint's, the person that programmed Mr. Flint had been, or not Mr. Flint, but I got sidetracked. I was looking at something on TV that kind of interacts with what I'm saying. But the person that shot Mr. Flint in Lawrenceville, Georgia in 78, March of 78, was programmed to shoot him and kill his attorney. So Mr. Flint knew about, I'd never met him, but when I was flown out there, the first words he said to me when I came into his home and was introduced to him, he said, "You don't have to tell me anything about yourself. I know all there is to know." He said, "I know they were going to send you back a vegetable." Well, by then I knew he knew about the antifreeze being put in me on April Fool Day, because it would have made me a vegetable, and it almost did. I lived in hell for a long time, and I'm still there for different reasons. But I can only say they baked my brain, and then you have to know what happened to me when I tried to find out what had been put in me and have it neutralized. Well, anyway, I'm talking about being out of Flint, and he said that. And it was right after then I started finding out that I was kidnapped from Buckingham Palace, and I'm going to leave it as that. It's who I am. Is the reason for all that's happened to me, not just the book, or it's who kidnapped me and who I am, and what they've done to me ongoing here. So Mr. Flint meant that he knew about the antifreeze. They were going to send me back a vegetable to Great Britain, to England. So since I've been up here, I never saw Mr. Flint again. He leased a car for me for a year, and he ended up in Butner, North Carolina, where the so-called serial, you can program them. That is exactly what's been going on. People being programmed, modify their behavior. All you have to do now is Google MK Ultra or some of the others, and you can find out about mind control. So it's not that, I don't understand it, because I've told enough people. The media won't tell it for two reasons. You start telling about the government using mind control, it's invisible, and kidnapping me. It's one thing to laugh on the street that I'm in rags and everything, and pretend, even when people absolutely know that it's true, it's a joke to them. Hey, she's British, I'm British, so the hell with me. You mean we can kidnap the monarch and get away with it? See, it's shocking. But anyway, I'm going to try to get to this. I came here to Roanoke '86, lived on the Appalachian Trail up and down and Full Heart Knob, and was run and everything in the book done to me. I starved, I froze. So I'm going to leave out, I'm just going to jump into my illness was used against me. I'm allergic to chemicals, and it's an immune disorder. And everywhere I've been has been controlled. I'm not going to try to explain how. You can go back over the videos, or if you care to. But anyway, if I smell something, it's like turning on a light switch. If it hits my nose and I smell it, I'm under attack. My immune system reacts adversely, and it can be very bad. And over years, if I'm exposed to toxic fumes, tears down my kidneys, my liver, my heart, my veins. It's horrifying. It's a living death. That's what they told me years ago, that I was going into a living death. And I thought to myself then, I thought I already am. What are you talking about? That was back when I wrote the book and got the letter from the FBI, 79, that was said to me. But anyway, where I've lived has been controlled, and it's been toxic fumes. So I could get into trying to tell you how it's done, but most people know more than I do how it's done. It's quite simple. I was shown by a person that worked for homeless assistance. They had me begging homeless assistance and all this kind, but to cut to the chase, he showed me where you could put stuff. He was a photographer, I believe. Well, at least he said he worked for the Roanoke Times part-time. And he injected some of the chemicals in, just fitting it into where you can fit it underneath a vent, and it'll come back through the other vents or whatever. So it's not that hard. And over the years, it's been horrifying. That's all I can say. And since the law is telling them to do it, they come right in and soak my bedding. I can lock the door. It's not that hard for pros to do it. So it's been an ongoing hell for me. And I've tried to tell it, and it does no good. I wanted to fast forward. I'm not going to say where I'm at right now. I stayed here for 14 months and left because new owners came in. And they took it over, and they were going to start remodeling. Well, these people are where I've stayed have been pre-told what to do to me. It's been prearranged. So it's been deliberate on all accounts. It's entering into a conspiracy. It's assault with intent. And you can get into all kinds of crimes that they should be put away for. This has been ongoing. You'd have to build a stockade to put them in. But I'm going to get to this one. I was run off March the 3rd. It got so bad. They had me, I'm 75 years old. I can hardly walk from all of this, the inflammation and damage done to me, arthritic. And they've got me pulling the few bags I have and trying to keep them together. And I put together a few more things, and I lose them because they forced me to move because the chemicals they pour in are so bad. I'm going to go back again. Carl Barton, a retired Virginia State Trooper, when his wife, Linda, brought me off Roanoke Mountain at a national campground where my tent had been soaked with fuel during the night with me in it. And I sat outside on the picnic table, and the next, she brought me down, Linda did, and it looked like a good gesture. She brought me to Portable Corporate Suites, which gets into this Lance Cooperman. I am going to mention him. How wealthy he owns, just it's shocking. But before she left, I stayed there 17 months like I had the rest, and I soaked up the fumes and the chemicals. And it's something else to sit there and watch people do the things you beg, and it's hideous. It does no good. What people will do when they can get away with a crime is what it's all about. And they'll start making you the villain. I watched Law and Order, and I thought, my God, that's exactly what they've done to me. It's like the rapist that has control of you, and you're begging, and they're putting the blame back on you some way. in this whole thing, I'm the victim. They committed the crimes against me, and it's been ongoing, and nobody will touch it. So anyway, I came back